Okay, so a couple of you guys wanted me to do a walk around of the 5420, and while I had it out, pulling my old lady home, I decided to do a walk around real quick. It's a lot different than the 6420. The cab, some of the knobs and stuff are the same. Well, I take it back, only two of them are. But it's basically a totally different tractor. I'm actually better at running the other tractor that I used to run better than this one, better than my own. We'll start up here. This is your weight rack. It's got a little pin on the front, which I actually just had to take off for pulling him, but it comes in real handy when you're trying to haul it or something. You just throw a chain around it. Works real good for pulling and all. And it's got, if you want to put weights on it, you actually I think you take this off. I don't know, I've never had weights on the front of it because most of the time I have the loader on it, but the loader, I take it off quite a bit. It's easy. This thing doesn't fold down like on the 6420. Actually, your button's right there, so you push it. Oh gosh almighty, it's kind of hard to do with one hand. I need my head mount here, but there we go. But and then here's your engine. I'm gonna set the camera down there. Hang on. This is gonna be kind of hard. But anyways, these things pop out like right there. That thing twists and the side comes out. Starter is right there. You see, there's I think that's the fuel filter. Changed to at 1,048 hours. Belt, alternator, all that. Fluid. It's got the radiator right there, air filter. This actually does not have a turbocharger on it. There's your oil stick, and we add oil. We actually wanted this one without a turbocharger because we had a Kubota with a turbocharger, M9000, and we had quite a bit of trouble with it. So we decided not to get a turbocharger on this one. The 5120 doesn't have it, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the 5120 has the same engine as the 5220, but the 5220 has the turbocharger, and the 5320 has the same or wait, no. I don't know how it works, but this one doesn't have a turbocharger. I don't know, just scratch that. But to get the loader off on this one, this has got a 540 self-leveling loader, so if I angle it a little bit, it'll actually keep that going up. It doesn't just raise all the way up, it'll actually keep it level. You pull this pin and this folds down and sets on the ground, just like on the 6420, and then you take the pressure off of this bolt, and this thing pops down and the pin slides off and it pops out, and right here is your SCVs that run the front loader. So you just snatch those out, you got to take the pressure off with the joystick, and that pops those out. The battery is right here. You just pull these bolts out and this step kind of picks up and folds down, and your battery is sitting there. This is four-wheel drive, and so there's your shaft that runs from the front to the I think that's the transfer case up front, and then it's got doors on both sides. And actually, you'll notice when I open the door, the light comes on over there. I can actually change that, but this little switch right here, that's what cuts it on and off. So when the door's shut, the light goes out. It's kind of nice. Some more features. These arms on the back, that you can pop these like that. I can't do it with one hand, but these little arms right there, they slide out, and it makes it real easy. You just get it close to where you want to hook the implement up, and it pulls out, and you can hook it up, and then you back up, and they lock in. It's got the 540 PTO, and this is real. I actually like this feature because when I'm mowing, I know I can't keep this in, so all I have to do is pick this little thing up. Watch how cool this is. Gosh, it's kind of hard, but there it is. That pin slides out like that, and that drawbar just slides right out. I love that about this tractor. Real easy to change. You just pull this, gosh, might lock the thing in. There we go. Just pull this, and these arms swing like that, and they're adjustable, and then you set it where you want, and just put the pin back in it like that. This top link's got a little holder. This has got 4 SCVs, and the only thing that there's a couple things I don't like about this tractor, but one of them is the fuel tank. I hate it. The Kubota, we had a Kubota 9000, I don't know why, but both the times they had the fuel tank on the rear. I absolutely despise it. because sometimes, you know, if I got a disc on the back, I can't pull up beside the mower, or I mean beside the fuel tank or whatever. It just pisses me off, but I'll make do with it. But that's about it on the rear, as far as I can tell. Oh yeah, and then where's your remote? Oh yeah, there's your light outlet. So I'm hooking the baler up. I got a little outlet there that I can hook my lights up to. But, and then it's got a couple steps here. I just wish the fuel tank was right there. I wish that's where it was, but I don't know why they didn't put it there. And then this is the cab. Not near as fancy as the 6420. It does have a tilt steering, but the console doesn't float with it. And it also, you turn that and the steering wheel goes in and out, and it goes in pretty far and comes out pretty far. But and then you got turn signals down here, keys there, front windshield wipers, and there's your flashers, one set of lights, flashers and lights on bright, and flashers on lights with dim. This is your joystick for the loader. I'll show you how to run that in a minute. And another thing I don't like about this tractor is it doesn't have a shuttle shift. Your gears are all on the right side. So if I'm trying to do something with hay or something, I can't do anything with my left hand but steer. So, I mean, you know, and it's kind of pointless, but I can't go from forward reverse and run the loader at the same time. It don't sound like a lot, but it actually takes a lot of time. So you have A, B, and C in neutral down here, and most time I run it in B around here, but sometimes I put it in C. But all of this you got to use the clutch on. You know, this one's got 3 gears in between each range, so it's really 9 by 3 transmission. I think it's called synchro transmission or something. Your foot throttle's down here, and then you got your hand throttle right here, and when I hit the hand throttle you'll see the foot throttle move as well. Then this is my 2 SCVs that run my rear remotes. Then this is my rear 3-point hitch in the back, and I can adjust right here how deep I want it to go. I can just hit that like that, and it'll actually make a stop. And then this is your draft control. These windows open as well on the sides. Kind of hard. Oop, I think I dropped something outside. It'd be okay. But Dad always throws his trash there. And then the rear window opens as well. And you'll notice these things slide out like that. And they actually got, I think you're supposed to cut holes in them. Ugh, just got my hands all black. But that's for running electronic, like stuff to the baler. Most time I just run it because this is kind of, I just stick it there, and because that's kind of cushiony. It just cushions around the wires. I don't really feel like taking them out. But and then this is your PTO control over here. So you push it down like that, and it engages your PTO, and you pull it back and it disengages it. This is your 540 regular and then 540 economy. They only recommend you use 540 economy in real light PTO situations. Like we use it for fluffing, and that's about it. Because it's kind of hard to explain it, but it actually it uses less tractor RPMs to keep the PTO RPMs the same. So really, if I'm running at this PTO speed, 2400 with the PTO, really the engine's only doing 1700, so it saves fuel. And then this is your four-wheel drive, and I kind of do it on the go, but I really try not to. I kind of ease into it. I do move about maybe 1 mile an hour with the clutch, just kind of ease the clutch out, but I don't know, it's not really like Big John where you can just lock it in anywhere. And that's your clutch, and that's your left brake and your right brake. It's got a little thing here you can lock it in and use both of them at the same time, but I normally don't do that because I can just hit them both with my foot at the same time, or if I want to make a hard turn, I just hit that one and slide her around. But we'll run it real quick. Hopefully in this video she cranks up. Alright, and then got her in B range there, and then I'll just knock her in second. Oh yeah, this is your air conditioning controls up here. I love this thing about it though. This one, the air conditioning vents are above you, and I mean this thing, it will knock your socks off. I mean, air conditioning works good in this thing, so that's nice. I mean, you stay real cool in this thing, and that's my bell command system for my baler. But anyways, so kind of how you drive it. But the loader, I don't have a butt here. I'll tell you what. Give me a second here and we can fix this. I don't want to do too much dumping with it unhooked like that. But you tilt it right and you'll see the bucket will go down. And then I tilt it to the left and you'll see it'll curl back to me. Pull it back and the loader comes up. And it comes up pretty high. I want to make, there's a power line up there, so got to be kind of careful. I don't want to touch that today. And then you push it down and the loader goes down. And you can cross it and do two functions at the same time. But with this self-leveling loader, notice how I have it perfectly level there. The spikes are perfectly level. All I have to do is pull it back and notice how it stays level as it goes up. I personally, it's kind of a feature more for amateurs. I mean, I ain't trying to brag, but I'd just rather have a regular loader. I actually think it slows me down, but I don't know, maybe not. But hang on, let me see if I can find me some pins here. Notice I got a bunch of fuses. We had some electrical problems. In fact, this one, we wanted it with all this, you know, hand stuff, because I hate electronics. There ain't nothing I hate working with electronic stuff. Here, I'll cut this thing off. But, anyways, and I tell you what, another thing I hate about it. I wish the toolbox was right here. I mean, and they ain't got the holes drilled for it. I mean, I ain't trying to complain. I need to just shut my mouth and just weld me a nice little thing on the other side. But I don't know. I mean, now you gotta walk in. Now this is custom right here, boy. We welded this up. This was actually for an older John Deere. These hay spikes were, but we actually did all this and made it curl for it. So, and then the little pin did all that. That's actually a clothesline right there. And then we cut this off an old 3-point hitch implement, stuck it in there. And let me tell you, she works nice too. She actually does a real good job. But, yep, and that's how you do it. So, I don't know how good of a video that was, but this is kind of in a hurry because I got to go eat dinner. But hopefully you guys got a little bit of knowledge on it. You know, oh yeah, it's got a radio in it too. You guys might have heard it. This one didn't come with it. It actually didn't have a radio. Actually, we ordered it without one. That way I put mine in. But it's got radio, something else, and then I hooked my iPod up, and it's got a system too.